Hello and welcome everyone to our Celebration Assembly 2024. My name is Josh from Keep Scotland Beautiful. It's so exciting to see everyone with us today and amazing that we've got so many of you joining. It's also lovely to see teams from Wales and Northern Ireland with us as well, and I'll introduce them in just a second. We're recording, so cameras are off at the moment, but there will be an opportunity to have them on at the end so we can give each other a big wave goodbye. But like I said, we're joined, it's all three of us together today, which is wonderful. We've got Keep Wales Tidy, and Tim, it would be lovely if you just want to unmute and say a quick hello.
Bore da, pawb. Good morning, everyone from Wales. Thank you for having us along, Eco School Scotland. It's so exciting to be here. Lovely to see so many schools here as well. So yeah, really excited for the assembly.
Thank you so much. Great to have you with us. And also we've got Charlene from Keep Northern Ireland Beautiful as well. So good morning, Charlene.
Good morning, Madgy, Maya and Dinya. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, lovely to be here and really excited to share some really good examples of great work that's happening here.
Great. So yeah, lovely to have everyone here with us today. So the idea of today is to celebrate the fantastic work that everyone is doing and be reminded that we're all a big family. And to show this, we're going to look at some of the amazing work that's been happening by you in each of the nations. And we'd like to begin with Keep Wales Tidy. So Tim, I'd love to hand over control of the slides to you for you to begin.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Josh. So I've got just a few brilliant examples picked from some eco schools in Wales. And to be honest, it was really hard. We've got so many wonderful eco schools in Wales. And I know there's a few on here today. I can see Llangos here and Malpas. So brilliant, you guys have joined us. But just to give a flavour of some of the exciting stuff we've got, I've got picked one from Ysgol Caerdydd up in North Wales. I put a little map of Wales just so people can see where these schools are. So a little flag shows where Ysgol Caerdydd are. And Ysgol Caerdydd did a brilliant project where they closed off loads of areas of the schools and declared them to be no-mow areas. So they made massive no-mow signs, or Meudidor in Cymraeg in Welsh, and they put signs up to stop all the mows coming in, and they've created like a wildlife paradise. But even more exciting is in school they did loads and loads of work about pollinators and bees and linked it to the area where they worked. And they did a bit of surveying and worked out they were getting way more pollinators after simply by not mowing the grass. So really easy action on one that was brilliant. So that was a brilliant one we saw there. Coming on down to South Wales, we've got Croesty Primary School, and they did this awesome project. The Eco Committee came out with this idea of finding out more about how to mend and repair stuff. We're a bit guilty, aren't we, of just chucking things away, especially clothing, and it has a huge impact on the environment. So they did a project called Make, Do and Mend, and they learned all about how to repair clothing, how to sew, how to upcycle it into new things. So you can see some people fixing t-shirts, some people turning them into bags and all sorts. Even better is they got some parents to come in as well and share their skills and their expertise, and some grandparents came in, and there's a whole school project where they repaired loads of clothes and they did a trash and show at the end to show all the things they made. So absolutely brilliant. And they linked it to some work they'd been doing on World War II to see how people in the past used to fix stuff all the time. So that was a really exciting one from Croesty Primary, picked from myself. And I think I got one more example picked from up here in the north near where I am in Wrexham, and this is St Peter's Primary School, and they found out a bit about seagrass, which is this amazing plant that lives in the oceans all around the coast in Scotland and Northern Ireland as well, and the coast of Wales too. They found out how it's really important for tackling climate change, but also it's in danger. We're losing lots of seagrass. So they did loads of work. They did poems. They created these amazing sculptures. They did loads and loads of different tasks, but then they were so inspired that they decided to travel all the way from the top of Wales to the bottom of Wales, down to the Welsh Government buildings, and did a protest outside, and did a bit of a petition and handed over their request for seagrass to be protected. So you can see Wales's climate change minister there at the bottom receiving their request. So that was on a whole nother level, but we're like, wow, super work on St Peter's at Eco School in Wrexham. So just three quick examples from Wales. Hopefully that's a little bit of inspiration, a little taste of what's going on here in Wales. So there we go.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Tim. That's absolutely incredible to see all of the amazing work that those schools have been doing. It's as you said, it's inspirational. It's absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. Charlene, I'd like to offer you to take control now, if you'd like.
Yeah, Josh, I'm going to just talk through some of our examples. So I was late to getting on board with another member of staff having been sick. So I picked out 3 really good examples this morning. So specifically, we picked 2 primary schools and 1 post-primary. So it's really difficult, as Tim said, to pick out this excellent work that's going on. But we did pick Crumlin Integrated Primary School. So at the moment, they're so engaged with us. So they're on their 8th green flag in a row. So a really, really committed school. But for us, what they did, their focus on outdoor learning this year and the work that they did alongside parents. So I know Tim mentioned it there. It's great when the school are able to get parents involved and really invested in the school. So they put in a fantastic outdoor space within the school and really focused on a sensory garden to work along children with ASD and other issues within the school. They also actually had Boris Johnson over for a tree planting to celebrate the coronation. So in relation to the work they have done in the school grounds, it's absolutely been just phenomenal. One of our outstanding schools this year. Another school that we picked was in Belfast. So I don't know if many people are familiar with Northern Ireland, but Belfast doesn't have a lot of, we have lots of green parks at different points, but a lot of our schools we call our concrete jungles. So they're really hard to engage. But we have one local school in Belfast that every year just seems to pull it out of the bag. So they don't have any green space, but they have went above and beyond essentially to do things outside of. So a lot of schools in the countryside tend to lean towards our biodiversity topics, our outdoor learning, and they have become really inventive in doing that with garden giants and creating I suppose different sort of sculptures and things around the school to help grow and encourage biodiversity. But they really have focused on the walking school bus. It was a new initiative that happened in Belfast this year, and they were one of the main schools to lead on that, having been such an active school within the Green Flag programme. So really encouraging children to meet at certain locations. For parents to drop them off. The school were fantastic in supporting this and actually walking the children to school every day to really remove, I suppose. So this school's actually quite local to me, and in the past would have been known for being really like a congested area, but the school have made such improvements on actually that really disappearing. You know, there isn't this clog of cars in the morning, and they've really worked towards that. So absolutely delighted to share their example of the walking bus. And then our last one was a post-primary, St. Kieran's College. Just some phenomenal work in relation to the innovation that's happened there this year. They actually created like a prototype of their school tie made from recycled plastic. They have developed like an automatic sort of bird repellent lid for their bins to deter the birds in an environmentally friendly way. Their art department have went above and beyond in looking at the waste in the school and how they can use stuff. And most of the A-level projects were focused around fast fashion and using all of those renewable products. So for us, St. Kieran's College were just outstanding. Some of the work, it's very hard when we have to pick an eco school of the year because some of the post-primaries, when the young people you really start to see them take that leadership. They absolutely excel. So it was lovely to see that level of innovation starting to happen sort of further up in the schools. So apologies I didn't have my photos for you, but they were 3 outstanding examples for us this year.
That's fine. Thank you so much for sharing that. And it's lovely to see the ingenuity coming from some of those students. And
yeah,
also
like to see that coming through was just and they weren't the only school that it's starting to see like now that we are, I suppose, in our 30th year of the programme, a lot of these schools, children who are now in the post-primary have came through from primary and they're just up in their game. You know, trying to pick Eco School of the Year in our councils this year was extremely difficult because of, and it is the levels of innovation that you're starting to see, you know, that real creativity. So yeah, it's just been phenomenal work happening across the board. So
well, thank you so much for sharing that, Charlene. And I'm sure, yeah, you'd agree, Tim, that it is really difficult to try and identify who can be Eco School of the Year and who can win those awards, because so many of everything that comes in, so much of the work is just absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much for sharing both. We're going to have a quick look at some examples from Scotland. So we've got Bright Horizons Nursery. So they engaged parents and community groups in all of their school actions, which was really lovely to see. And they also set up something called Friends with the Queen's Terrace Gardens, where they use that as a platform to work with their local community on actions such as litter picking, planting trees, and also maintaining planters. So a big well done to them. We're now moving on to Mallaig Primary School. So they worked closely with their parent council to form a charity called Mallaig Clean. And they actually got interviewed, I think, by BBC Alba, and maybe some other journalists have written articles on the charity. And the children hosted a launch event, which they invited their local councillors to. And they worked with several local councillors, including the local ferry company. And they've done litter picks at least once a month, and they've involved either the whole school or a class at a time, and all of the members of the community are invited. And what's really wonderful is that the children have noticed a decrease in the amount of litter in their local area. So well done to all of them. And we're finishing with Webster's High School. So they've done some outstanding work with their communities in all of its different forms. So within the school, they've set up a period poverty station, which is excellent. To help local families, they've also opened a swap shop for uniform and a termly food bank as well. And in their local community, they've got to know their elderly residents, and they've held a soup drop-in. And they've also supported multiple local and national charities, so making a massive difference there. So well done to everyone from Webster's High School. So thank you so much for all of those examples that we've just spoken about. We've got some photos now that we'd love to show you, and it's of some of our lovely eco committees and the amazing work that they've been doing. And it's a time for me to stop talking. I'm going to play some music, and we're going to have a look at some lovely photos of our eco committees. And that is, oh, just getting control of the tech there. Sorry about that. So some lovely photos of all of the eco schools, well, lots of the eco schools who've been working with us all so far. So thank you so much for sharing those photos. We've also got a video actually from a primary school called Miller Forest Primary School in Aberdeenshire, and they've placed some nesting boxes in the trees around their playground, and they've actually managed to capture some blue tits appearing on the branch that's just to the left of the nesting box, the bird box that you can see there on the right hand side of the screen. So I'm just going to play this and hopefully we can see those two blue tits land on that branch. So thank you so much for sharing that. And I'm sure lots of us have been doing things to help support our local biodiversity, which is so important. So thank you so much for sharing that video, Mellow Forest. Next year is Eco Schools is 30 years old. And so we'd love for you to join us for some special celebrations to mark the amazing achievements of eco schools from our nations, but also all across the world. So we're looking forward to seeing you all then. And the final thing really from me is just to say thank you. Thank you to Charlene and to Tim and to all of the amazing work that you guys have been doing. Thank you to everyone who's joined us, all of the students, the schools and the staff for all of the amazing work that you've been doing. It's so wonderful that we get to see all of that.